One thing that I found very interesting is how much of life blends together and how one area can affect another area of your life, even when they may seem completely unrelated. I used to I used to think that if there was one aspect of my life that I wanted to improve, I can only improve it by actively working on that one specific area. So, for instance, let's just say I wanted to get better with jujitsu. Of course, putting deliberate effort into, training and doing what I need to do to get better will improve that area of my life. But it would be very, oh fuck, I hate those red lights, those sudden ones. But it would be very naive of me to think that other areas of my life do not affect my jujitsu. A good example is when I first started jujitsu, I didn't even notice it. One of my coaches did, but he mentioned how I was almost hyperventilating. I was breathing too much while I was rolling, and he told me, he's like, "You're not in any danger. Breathe." And I didn't even notice it at the time. And so when he brought that to my attention, I became aware of that, and how anxious I would get just by default during a roll, and yeah, how my body kind of went into this like fight or flight mode. What helped me the most with that specifically was actually working on it outside of jiu-jitsu, paying attention to the other areas of my life where I may be anxious or getting anxious and not even realizing it. To an even greater degree, um, as far as just trying to make progress, financially in life, same thing. I thought that by focusing strictly on learning how to make money and wealth and all that, that it would help me make more money, and that was the way to make more money. And again, that's true to up to a certain extent. I didn't see the most progress and the money actually start to come in until I actually started working on like my spirituality and trying to develop my relationship with God. At the time I felt like, okay, well, working on, getting money and all that, spending all my time doing that, that will help me the most. But it just felt like my wheels were stuck in the mud. Transition, and I actually dedicate more time into my spirituality and developing my relationship with God. That is what has helped me the most, actually, in these other areas of life. All that being said, um, it's helped me be a lot more patient with myself, and keeping that mindset, and just realizing, that trying to take more of a holistic approach to life has also in a way just kind of made the path a little bit more clearer. I can't say I have it all figured out or anything like that, but I no longer feel as that, oh, I don't know what to do. That feeling of uneasiness, unsuredness, whatever the proper word may be. And I love that, because now life just has there's an ease to it. There's still problems and things to deal with, but just that thick layer of anxiousness is no longer there. And it's just very, very peaceful. So, as a reminder to myself and anybody else who may need to hear this, life cannot really be compartmentalized into these different areas and categories. It can to a certain extent, but I think it's important to prioritize and to not undermine or downplay the significance of one area over another. I try to make sure that I take care of, health, spirituality, relationships, money, and myself, but I try to balance my energy between those things. I think priority I definitely put is my relationship with God and my health. Those are probably the two things I do try to prioritize. But as a result, kind of everything else will start to fall into place when my relationship, I feel like, is, actively improving and deepening with God, as well as me taking care of my health. You feel better, both inside and out, in mind and body. And then as a result, it's like now you have more energy and more time to take care of other things. And once those things start to get taken care of, you have more time for other things and other things. So that's been the beauty of it all, and letting go of set outcomes and trying to live life again more holistically. As a result, everything else has been able to just come a little bit easier. And there is no there is no there is nothing that just things no longer bother me the same way that they used to. And things no longer have the same power over me that they used to. Just within this week, there's been a series of unfortunate events, and normally that would make me anxious, and just that these negative thoughts would start to form. But that's no longer the case. Is it unfortunate that certain things have happened this week? Of course, but I no longer let that stop me from doing what I need to do, and I no longer let that throw me off. And I've only been able to do that as a result of taking life, taking a more holistic approach on life, and allowing things to just be. I don't know if that's the proper way to do things or not, but it is what's working for me and has allowed me to enjoy my life a lot more, and has allowed me more control, I feel like, over my own life. But that's freedom and control over myself. That's kind of what I'm looking to achieve from life. And because that's what I'm looking to do from life, what I just explained has helped me get closer to that. Will I ever have it? I don't know. But it has pushed me further along the path to my goals. Now, if your goals don't align with that, or you have other goals, not a problem. But for anybody who may have similar goals as me, that has definitely helped me out, and that is something that I've obviously learned through pain and suffering, as we all do. But hopefully this can be of benefit to other people. But worst case scenario, it's at least a good reminder for myself.